Good morning. So this reading is for Monday, May 26th. And what I'm going to do is just pull a little bit about our past, our present, and our future. And the cards already want to come out. So let's see. What is the story? One more. Current. Future energy. So there's a lot of healing that's coming out of this reading. A lot of healing. There's something that's taking place between Saturn moving into Aries, all the planets that are already in Aries, and with the Gemini moon. There's something about healing that's coming through. So, oh, wow. Okay. So looking at the bottom of the deck here, I have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a painful cycle, but this does indicate that the cycle is over. It's in the past. It's not a pain that's going to resurface. Not like this. Definitely not like this. This is something that's done. You might be releasing this during the new moon in the sign of Gemini, and you might be leveraging this kind of Saturn and Aries energy to do it, where you're kind of facing it. That Aries energy feels like a lot of accountability, staring down your fears, staring down any anxiety, fears. I'm getting a lot of Nine of Swords energy out of this, where sleepless nights, anything that would prevent you from being happy, whatever this painful ending was, it's definitely a closed cycle, but it feels like you're facing the last bit of it. And it almost looks like you're looking at it in the mirror. You're looking at yourself in the mirror, that painful version of yourself, the one that was experiencing that pain, and saying, we're done. We're done with that. That is not something that we're going to carry forward. That is baggage that we can leave behind. We've got an entirely new cycle starting. Let's just focus on this new beginning. It's not about kind of bringing anything from the past with us, not in that way. So when I look at the past energy here, I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles, which does indicate the start of something new. And so the Ace of Pentacles energy, it's grounded, it's practical, it's stable, it's going to take time to build. And so it's already here in the past. I've got the Nine of Cups with it. So this is all about you going after your goals and dreams. And so what you started here in the past was planting the seeds on what it is that you want to accomplish, any kind of goals that you've set for yourself. It really was about, okay, well, what do I need to do in order to make them a reality? And what kind of steps do I need to take? And kind of in what order do they need to go? I also have the Hierophant showing up here. So take it as it resonates. It's Taurus energy. That may not resonate. It's also spiritual union. So it could be with another person. It could be aligning with your spiritual path and purpose. This is a very strong past energy reading. I'm getting a lot of shaking yourself free. There was a breakthrough that happened here in the past. There was kind of this moment where you said, I can't do this Ten of Swords anymore. If I'm ever going to move forward with my life, I can't sit in this painful energy. I can't allow it to consume and control me anymore. And it feels like whatever you did here in the past created the instance now where you're able to face it. It's allowing you to really release that energy. New moons are about new beginnings. And so it is about really putting the past behind, focusing here on something new. Current energy, what I got here, King of Wands, King of Cups. And as soon as I got the King of Wands, King of Cups, I got a lot of fire and water. And so a lot of hot and cold energy coming through. Opposites attract, but not really. This is more of a yin yang, because I actually got that phrase, opposites attract, but it feels like there is a healing element that's taking place here. So the Three of Swords is also here with the two kings. And so take it as it resonates. A king doesn't necessarily mean a male. It can be a female here as well. But with that King of Wands, King of Cups, I'm getting a lot of inspired action to follow your heart and your dreams. There's something that in the action that you're taking based on whatever seeds you started planting in the past allows you to heal something. And it feels like it's this Ten of Swords that you're healing and releasing. There's an action connected to it. That feels like the release. And then there's this kind of emotional relief that comes with that release. Because the King of Cups is saying, we've got this. This is something that we know that we can do. We've got the emotional maturity to understand that that is a cycle that is done. We're not going to allow ourselves back into that cycle. Whomever did this to us before, or even if it was self-inflicted in some way, it's not going to come back. It's not something that we're going to allow in our lives anymore. And there's a real healing that takes place from this accountability and release. And so when I look at the future energy here, I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles. And so now this is coming across as another person. The King of Wands, King of Cups is coming across as the same person and really just the actions that you're taking. Now I've got somebody else here in the reading with us. And so that Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's grounded and stable and nurturing. I have the Five of Wands showing up here. And so it almost feels like this person, because I'm getting the words guiding light. This person is some sort of guiding light for you to help you navigate any obstacles and challenges that come up. I'm also getting the Empress energy, which I just got the word bond. There's something about bonding with another person, aligning with your path here, opens you up in the future. There's something about your past and what you've already started that aligns something here in the future. I'm getting the words mending. The Empress energy, so it is Venus, and it's focused on what you love and value, but it also brings people together, and that's what Venus does. And even if you think about it from a wound standpoint, it also helps to close wounds. So now I'm getting bridging the gap. I'm getting a lot of very short phrases here. So let's get some additional detail and see what else comes out. Nine of Cups. So with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles. What you did here in the past, you are planting seeds. It was for your own abundance. You were doing something here that helped restore your confidence in yourself, set you up for the kind of success that you're looking for with that Nine of Pentacles energy. Clarifying the Nine of Cups, I have the Two of Pentacles, a lot of balance. You started understanding what dreams really mattered versus maybe some of that pain that was standing in your way. Because that Two of Pentacles is saying, let's prioritize, let's find the balance in our everyday life, figure out how do we make the dreams a reality, and then really let go of the rest. And it feels like this is what you're really starting to do, let go of the rest. But with that 10, and I've got a 9, with the Nine of Pentacles, I've got a Nine of Cups here. I also have a Nine of Cups here. Definitely a cycle is done from the past. You can absolutely release it. You're in this brand new chapter. You've got new goals, new dreams, something that you want that is different than the past. And it feels that way. And that message feels really important. There's something about this next chapter. So if it is about a relationship, and even if you feel like you're drawing in the same kind of partner, there's something different about this partner, this relationship, and just the way forward. If it's not about another person specifically, you're changing so that all those past circumstances are not going to repeat. If you have just closed out a cycle of a lot of repeating patterns that were holding you back, that's not going to be the case anymore. You're not going to be in that cycle. It's done. It's over. It's that painful ending. So when I see the Hierophant here clarified by the Nine of Cups, this is really alignment with your path. It really is you aligning with the goals that you set out for yourself. That spiritual path, that Hierophant energy is really, really strong. And so again, take it as it resonates because it could be with another person. That Hierophant is one of the marriage cards in tarot. King of Cups. So what I'm getting here in the current energy, so King of Wands, Nine of Swords, and I was picking up a lot of Nine of Swords energy. The fear, the stress, the anxiety, sleepless nights, headaches, all of those kind of manifestation of negative energy showing up in your life. The King of Wands is saying, we're not doing that anymore. We're not going to entertain that. We're not going to live in a world of what ifs and allow ourselves to be overrun with anything that holds us back. And that's exactly what this is, because it's all fear. It's all coming across as fear. Whatever it is that you're thinking and whatever you've started here in the past, you are worthy of it. You are deserving of it for sure. and you're capable of making it real. You don't have to hold yourself back. You don't have to let that be a blockade. If you have an emotional block, this feels like you're releasing it because it's more a mental than it actually is emotional. Clarifying that King of Cups, I have the Three of Cups here. So the Three of Cups is happiness. And so you focusing on your happiness opens things up. This is where real healing starts to take place because you're recognizing just what you're capable of, loving yourself, what it means to truly love yourself. All of this is really coming through. It feels like you were holding on to that 10 of Swords because in some way you felt like you deserved it. And what's happening now is you recognize that's not the case. That's not true at all. Nobody deserves that. And you don't need to hold on to that pain. Clarifying the Three of Swords here, that heartache, but it feels like a healing is taking place here. I'm getting the Page of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. So the Page of Swords, a lot of clarity, a lot of asking all the questions, Knight of Pentacles, and getting all the answers. And so this could indicate here that as you're releasing something, if there is another person that you're meant to be in union with here, because I have somebody showing up in the future energy, this can indicate you maybe kind of getting into the details, asking questions, opening up to this person, learning about whatever this heartbreak was, whatever that painful ending was. I'm just getting the sense of kind of mending something between the two of you if it's an existing relationship. So take it as it resonates. If it's not that at all, this feels a lot like what you're doing is you're digging deep within yourself and you're getting down into the root of why that heartbreak is still there or why you're feeling a certain way and kind of learning a lot about yourself. But I'm getting more of like a reconditioning of your mind where the more you understand the full context of what's happening, because there's a learning element to this that says we're not going to do that again. We're not going to talk to ourselves that way again. We're not going to let ourselves go down that path. That's not going to take place. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. And the Empress. So clarifying this Queen of Pentacles energy, that very nurturing, I'm getting a lot of strength out of this person, but a very like loving, nurturing, stable person here. I'm getting the Lovers, Gemini energy. I'm getting Temperance, Sagittarius energy. And so very interesting because what I'm being drawn to is these two are opposite signs. And so they're the yin yang, what I was getting with the fire and the water. I'm now getting it here with the Sagittarius and Gemini. And so there's something about this person and their approach to things that really complements you in the way that you live or the kind of lifestyle that you have. There's something about this union here. Now, it could be a romantic relationship with that Lover's energy. That's not going to be true for everybody. But I'm also getting the sense here, there's this balancing that's taking place. So there might be something here where you really are working through some sort of heartbreak with another person. Because I'm also getting this as well. The Five of Wands is showing up here with the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is about building something. But what you're doing here is you're working through any obstacles and challenges. And so whether these obstacles and challenges are directly with this person or these are your internal obstacles and challenges because of this release and this kind of building back your own confidence, setting yourself up for the life that you want to live, recognizing that your goals and dreams are attainable. This might be part of it. Working with this person might help you get to the other side quicker, help you heal this wound faster. And then clarifying the Empress here, I have the Magician. So the Magician is about manifesting your goals and dreams. And so it could be a connection with another person. I'm saying that only because it's starting to become a very loud message coming through in the reading. But if that's not your story, this really is about you aligning with your spiritual path. We have a lot of cards indicating that you're aligning with your spiritual path. You're kind of stepping into your own power, your own energy. You're loving and valuing yourself. You're kind of using that to say, you know what? Let's develop a plan. Let's make my dreams real. I started planting the seeds in the past. What else do I need to do? So this is the reading for Monday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.